Hi there, and in this recording I'm just going to go over the simple realistic change step-by-step approach to the Live Hormone Revive plan. So I've been helping people to lose weight and get fitter for 18 years now, and over those years I've realised that the changes that people need to make can be difficult. So what I've done here is I've split it into 10 simple steps, and you can approach each of these day by day or week by week, or you might want to go for it the first week and do all 10 steps in one go. As you can see, the steps start easy and they get harder as we go along, but I'll now go through them with you and we can explain what they all mean. So first, step one is quite simple. It's what you always do when you want to get trimmer. You cut out all your cakes, your biscuits, your chocolates, sweets, any alcohol and any sugar that you add to anything. So cut all your sugars out of your daily eating. And on the right hand side of the sheet you can see there's some boxes and there's some letters, and those letters are referring to the days of the week. And so if you've managed to do that step on that Monday, give it a tick. And you can do that for every one of the steps as we go along. Bring this back to class and so that I can review it with you and we can see which steps you're finding more difficult, and I can help you with different strategies to help you to get those steps. Step two, you need to drink 8 glasses or 2 litres of water a day. Now filtered water is best, not fizzy or flavoured, as it does have added processing. So your liver needs to be hydrated to be able to work correctly, and so that we need to keep as hydrated as possible and drinking that water. Step 3 is to cut out any processed food that you might be consuming. So anything in a packet or a jar, frozen. Try and think fresh, so eat fresh food, try and get meat from the butchers, try and get to the greengrocers or to your local market and cook completely fresh as much as you can. If you are going to consume processed food, look at the back of the packet and look at the ingredient list, and if there's 5 ingredients or more, then you can eat that product. You can't eat that product, so have 5 ingredients or less is what we're after. Step 4 is to add a pound of vegetables and salad to your everyday eating. Now, vegetables and salad are full of fibre, and these are going to fill you up, and that's what we want. We want to feel full in the day. We don't want to feel hungry. And also vegetables and salad do give you a lot of vitality, and they've got a lot of water content, so that can keep you hydrated as well. If you're going to eat fruit, try and just limit that to 2 pieces a day. This is often another thing that happens when people go on a diet. They consume too many pieces of fruit, and actually fruit does have natural sugar in it and therefore can react to your blood sugars accordingly. The salad and the vegetable doesn't include your potatoes, so just make sure that your potatoes, there's a different rule for that as we go down, number 8 I think. So number 5 is to eat substantial amount of protein at every meal. Now usually this is quite simple at the evening meal, and now at lunchtime make sure that you consume a good amount of protein then as well. So an ideal lunch would be a huge salad in a bowl and then a whole tin of tuna on the top as your protein source. Now the more tricky one is your breakfast. So we're coming on to breakfast now on step 6. So step 6, as you can see here, is all about breakfast. This is the biggest change of the Alive Hormone Revive. So often most of my clients eat breakfast cereal. What happens when you eat breakfast cereal is it reacts in the body as sugar would. So carbohydrate based breakfast generally has added sugar and salt and lots of processed foods and things. So this can actually make your blood sugars shoot up, and then they plummet again about 10 o'clock and you want more food. So the idea is if you eat a protein rich breakfast, you will feel fuller for longer and you're not going to get those sugar cravings. So here's some examples. You could have total Greek yogurt, so go for the one that's the high fat version, so it's less processed. Add your own fruit, so we're allowed 2 pieces, so you could put your 2 pieces of fruit in there. Your better still would be to eat an egg-based breakfast. So anything, cook your eggs any way you like, and you can add some good fat to it as well. So you could add coconut oil, you could add olive oil, anything you like at that point. So for an example, my regular breakfast is 2 eggs scrambled in the microwave and added spinach within that, and then I eat it with half an avocado. Now, if you really do like to have a cereal at breakfast with milk, then you could go for porridge, because of course that is a single ingredient food and it is the cleanest. Now, the difference here is make sure that you're not going to add any sugar to that. So when you add honey or syrup, you're going to obviously shoot the blood sugars up, which is not what we want. Number 7 is adding the good fats to everyday eating. So we're not a low-fat diet. This is good fats, and examples here are avocados, olive oil, nuts, seeds, coconut oil, flax seeds, oily fish. And really be conscious that you're consuming this on a daily basis. As 40+ women, we really need this essential fatty acids in our bodies every single day. So always keep adding that olive oil to your salads, adding the avocados to your breakfast if you can, snacking on nuts and seeds, having oily fish as a lunchtime option. Lots of examples there. Now, number 8, this is another big change. So when you're eating carbohydrates, make sure that they're brown to start with. So pasta, bread and rice. So switch those next time you're shopping to brown version. And your potatoes, try and go for sweet potatoes instead. These are also a slow releasing energy form of potato, and so is the brown carbohydrates. Now, the difference also is make sure that you only have these in the evening. So we're not having any bread at lunchtime or breakfast, and no cereals either at breakfast either. So you save all the carbs and you have them at night. And then when you do have them at night, have them in the smallest portion on the plate. So the plate should be made up mainly of vegetables, and you can have a whole variety, there's no limit, and a good amount of protein, a good portion of protein, and then the smallest portion on the plate should be that pasta, rice or potatoes or couscous, or you could go for quinoa, because that is a high protein based grain. So number 9, it's getting a little bit more difficult now. This is to cut out any caffeinated drinks out of your daily consumption. So what happens when we drink caffeinated drinks is that it shoots up the cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone. Now, as 40+ women, we find this is already quite high because of other hormones that are declining at this time. So it would be a good idea if we try to wean ourselves off caffeine. Have a go and see how you feel. Now, my tips are, if you're consuming 5 or 6 cups a day or more, you need to do this on a sort of wean yourself off gently. So do tomorrow, try and cut down to 4, the next day do 3, and go down like that, because they can have some side effects from coming away from caffeinated drinks. So what you could do is swap your morning cuppa for hot water with lemon, or fruit tea, or just stick to water. Now, tea also does have caffeine in it. It's not as strong as coffee, but it still does. So just watch the amount that you're having of that as well. And then let me know how you feel. But we have had some great effects from women that have come off the caffeinated drinks. They're feeling less anxious and more calm, and their body weight is starting to drop because of this. When you're feeling stressed and when the cortisol levels are high, the body likes to gain weight around the middle. So you may have examples of that yourself. And so this is where the belly fat starts to reduce. Number 10 is to look at your sleep patterns. So some people sleep really well, and many 40+ women don't sleep very well. So I want you to notice the length and quality of your sleep, and in the boxes at the side on the right, to tick the box if you feel revitalised after your night's sleep. And then I can get a guideline and we can work on sleep tips and to help you feel better in the morning. So if you have had a good night's sleep, you always feel like you can do more. So that is the whole explanation of the Alive Hormone Revive. If you have any questions, please do email me, and please do print these off from my website, and please do give me some feedback on how you're feeling on it. I'd love to hear about your hunger, your energy and your cravings when you've eaten all this types of food. It is a change, but it will be one for the better. Thanks for listening.